Hey there, I'm here with the 10th observation from 10 observations from 10 years in business. Wow, I can't believe it's happened already. But today, it might feel a little bit like a downer when I say you need to be okay with endings and graceful goodbyes. But hear me out because it's so important, especially in business. Everything has a season, right? We're currently moving from season to season. You've got spring, you've summer, fall, winter. There's seasons in our lives. And so there's seasons with our relationships and our clients, the type of work we might be doing, our offerings. And you know what? It's okay for them to end, even when it feels uncomfortable. You see, I'm not particularly good with goodbyes. I know there's numerous times, and I can name them quickly, that I've just stayed too long at the party, if you will. There's times that I stayed in a class, in a group, in an activity, that relationship that just way past its natural ending. Whereas a natural ending would have been a nice, graceful segue potentially, or at the right time. This instead was me hanging on. And then it becomes more of a painful ending instead of just a natural thing that allows you to move on to something new. An example of that is a number of years ago, I hit the end of the year and I debated about whether to renew into a very expensive mastermind group. And while I didn't feel like I wanted to, I was too uncomfortable with just kind of stepping into the void for the next year of getting into January and not already having that support lined up and just trusting that I was supposed to be led to the next right thing. So instead, I won't even tell you the tune of money that I ponied back up to join this. And basically what happened was, instead of it being a nourishing experience, it ended up being something where I didn't get what I needed out of it. People didn't see me for who I really was. And then really for the whole next year, I regretted my decision. So I haven't made that particular mistake again, thankfully. Instead, I've stepped into being more willing to be okay with that sometimes scary, almost always uncomfortable process of saying goodbye to something. And also that uncomfortable process of just kind of hanging out in the in-between if you don't know exactly where you're headed next, and allowing that to emerge. Just knowing that these seasons are a natural part of the process. And I've found that it's gotten easier when, like long-term clients move on sometimes because maybe they're done. I have one client who just retired from their business. So, they're moving on. They don't need their website. They don't need business consulting anymore. And it's okay. And so with that, I want to, it's not as much fun perhaps as letting your freak flag fly, which is where we started this journey. But it is something that if you just accept it as a natural flow, as a natural birth and death and the way it's supposed to go, it doesn't feel as bad, and you don't get as upset, and you don't want to eat a pint of ice cream when you have a day where some of these graceful endings show up. And it may also give you the courage to leave groups, situations where you've stayed past the time that it's really been nourishing to you, and it's okay. It's okay to bring a close to that chapter because everything has a season. So one natural way to recognize what is ripe for graceful goodbye so that you can grow is if you head on over to the quiz at thepologycompany.com/quiz, you'll be able to discover what are the things that are holding you back, and some of those may be ripe for a graceful goodbye. So with that, I'll be back with an epilogue to these 10 observations in the next few days. And in the meanwhile, I invite you to create a great day.